which is always a good thing. And all right, everyone, we're going to start our this webinar for overview of SuiteCommerce implementation. It's Carissa Kelly is doing our presentation today. She's from Galloway Safety and Supply, and Galloway just recently went live, I think in December, with SuiteCommerce, and she's going to kind of go over her website and what they went through. And so if you have any questions, you can probably interrupt, but we can also ask some questions at the end.
Right.
But go ahead, Carissa, you may start your presentation.
All right. Yeah, please interrupt if you have a quick question. Just stop me and I can answer it quickly. But basically a background is, so we've been on Site Builder, which is the older e-commerce solution from NetSuite. We started that in 2008. We recently made the move to SuiteCommerce the end of 2019. So basically it was supposed to take 3 months. It took us about 4. Not bad for going live with a brand new website, I would say. SuiteCommerce Standard is now just SuiteCommerce. So that's something that was a little confusing going forward with this, because when I started doing all the research, it was just SuiteCommerce Standard, SuiteCommerce Advanced, but now it's just SuiteCommerce, and then the other module is SuiteCommerce Advanced, just so everyone knows. We focus on B2B, but we also are using B2C features in our site, and I'm just gonna go through this first part of my presentation, and then I'm gonna go do a run through of the website. Obviously, GallowaySafety.com is the URL. So the benefits of this, let's see here. Much nicer layout. You can have a faceted search by whatever custom field that you would like. So matrix options, whatever. If you go, say, for example, to gloves, you're going to see that these are only going to show the facets that apply to that category, which is very nice. The next thing, let's see, the product detail page. We were able to not only show the SKU here, but when you select a size, that reflects whatever size that you have. So for example, some of our products have completely different SKUs for options. When you pick a size, it'll reflect it here. That helps out customers buying on our site that are shopping by strictly part number. I'm going to log in right now to my test account. Just to show you some other features. So this is new from Site Builder, request a quote. Also new is quick order. We'll come back to these in a second. My account. You can change your information here, add a credit card, things like that, settings. You can also submit a case directly to us, and then also track cases that you've been waiting for a reply on. So you can see all the replies and answers to your questions right there, in addition to obviously calling and emailing. But we also have stock notifications. You can subscribe to an item that's out of stock get a notification as soon as it comes back in stock. You can make a wish list. This is very similar to Amazon, in my opinion. Does anyone have anything to say now? Any questions? Am I going too fast or are we good?
I think it's good.
Okay. All right, now let's move into the request a quote. We can add whatever item you want, add the item, comments, submit the quote. That goes directly to our backend, and our customer service team gets a notification and will reply to this customer directly. Quick order, you probably know what that is. Have to know the exact item name or SKU quantity. Add it, goes to your cart. Now I'm going to sign out of this one. I'm quickly going to show you a custom account that we set up. All right. So this is actually a customer account, and you notice the new category that shows up at the top. This was our workaround for what we had previously set up. Basically, they click here, they see the items they are allowed to purchase. So this is a category that only this customer will see when they log in. Another workaround category, if they just want to see eye protection, they can do that. If they want to see eye protection and fall protection, they can do that. So they don't have to scroll all the way down the page to find everything. It's quite easy. All right, what was my other thing? Okay. Now let's go back into the back end to show you. Remember how I said we were on Site Builder before? We kind of had a basic implementation for SuiteCommerce because all of our information on the item record is already here, and Site Builder and SuiteCommerce use the same information, this kind of stuff. The only thing that's different, I'll take you down here, images and categories. These had to be set up manually through CSV imports, and also thank you, Mark, for that nice script to fix the images. Images is what I'm talking about here. There is a format for your file name, so it has to conform to this. So in our case, it's the display name underscore category dot extension, if that makes sense. Once you get that down and put it in your file cabinet in the correct folder associated to it, it automatically goes right here to the item. You do not have to edit the item record at all. It just automatically goes there. Any questions so far? I already showed you this. For example, on issues along the way section of the outline of this presentation, not all customizations we had before were able to be pulled over to the new site just because we're using, SuiteCommerce standard So we found workarounds. This was one of the workarounds, and it is working fine. We haven't had any complaints from any customers. The website's been working smoothly. We did have a delay with the go live date because it was just a NetSuite update issue, but they pushed an update to our account, and then as soon as they did that, we were able to go live. Basically, when you're working with SuiteCommerce, there's two things that let me just move these boxes out of the way, work with. So one is set up the website, which we're on right now. And then there's also the configuration. Each time you make a change on website setup, it does a recrawl and it has to update the entire process. So some of these things have caching issues, but they eventually will get pushed to the website. For the configuration, we have pick a website and then pick your domain. All of these other domains that you see are kind of our testing sites. And to be honest, we did not need the sandbox site, which they said we would. So just a little tip there. All right, so the configuration screen, this is going to make changes to your actual domain that is live. So there's several different things that you can do here. Shopping, checkout. You can put in your text for invoice terms, conditions, things like that. Links. We're using the Horizon layout, the theme, Horizon theme. So there's separate configurations here. For example, the footer, which you can see down here. And those are the most important points I can think of. Besides the CSV imports, Mark's helpful script for the images, everything was pretty much smooth sailing, I can say that. And we had a very good consultant also for the Suite Success platform. So if anyone has any questions now, we can go ahead and do that and go into anything more specific that you want to see.
Hey, Carissa, any other lessons on the whole implementation, something that you would have done differently or needed to be more prepared for?
Well, I had no idea that we would have to rename every single image.
Oh, wow.
So, like, that's the categories and the images were completely different for us than what we were used to.
Uh-huh.
So you can see this was the site builder image. That doesn't count anymore. See the name, it's VKH10. That you have to do it like this and put it in a specific folder. Okay. So that was my pain point, I would say, number one.
Right. And that probably took the most time, would you say?
It would, yes. It would definitely take a lot of time. They do provide you with a Photoshop, you know, kind of a script, but
yeah,
that would require you to download every image to your own machine and then re-upload them. So wow. I was able to find a way to, with the help of Mark, to do it within NetSuite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to have Mark.
Yes, yeah,
Does
for sure.
anybody have any questions for Carissa? Anything about SuiteCommerce or anything else on the implementation?
Carissa, this is Mark, and yeah, it was a pleasure working with you on that. But I had a question about. I remember you at one point said that there was something that NetSuite said was impossible or it couldn't be done.
Yep,
But then you figured it out, and I just can't remember what the details around that were.
that was this little part here. Doing the category by customer. So I believe that was what I said, because our previous website, when a customer logged in on the re-item order or order re-items list, we were able to customize a script that would show, let me just go into this here. I just have to find it. I have so many pop-ups open. Bear with me, guys. I just have to move everything back over. If you go to a customer record on the old site, okay. This is where we could do what I'm showing you before, the custom category. So we had a custom tab. This was all a, you know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this doesn't work anymore. This was on the site builder site. So they told me it couldn't be done again. So what I did was I kind of figured out, why don't we just make a new category? And this is what I've done for several customers. If you can see here, I've created a customer group. I've added items that they're allowed to see in that category, and then that category only shows up for that customer when you're logged in, obviously. So I'm logged in as this customer now, so I get to see this category. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. I was very surprised that they didn't tell me that workaround. So
It's good to have Mark's knowledge.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Okay. Well, I'll take credit anyway. Anyone else? Questions? Again, we're recording this presentation, so we will post it eventually on the website, and we'll let everyone know when it's posted so you can go back through and look. And if you want to reach out to Carissa, either on the PittNUG LinkedIn group, we can do that, or come email me and I can let Carissa know and she can reach out to you. But Carissa, I guess if there are no more questions, thank you so much for doing this. We really appreciate